So hi guys, welcome back to the SA20 match between the Paarl Royals and the Pretoria Capitals. Sorry for the delay. There was a little technical glitch. That is why I needed to sort that out. Hence the delay. 3.3 overs have been bowled. Hat-trick ball coming up from Otniel Bartman. Jan Lube on strike, and he drives it away towards deep extra cover, towards deep point, and gets off the mark with a single. Negotiates the hat-trick ball. Otniel Bartman picking up a couple of wickets in his first over itself. Pretoria Capitals now 31 for 2 after 3.3 overs. Shai Hope is back on strike. They've lost 2 early wickets here. Pretoria Capitals winning the toss, electing to bat first. And this is a ground where teams chasing above 180 have struggled in SA20 tournament. It's on a good length again, and Shai Hope defends it towards covers. Another dot ball from Otniel Bartman. So Bartman is back today. He was out of the team for the last few matches. He's back into the team, and he's back and firing already. Where he's picked up 2 wickets in his very first over. That's flicked away again by Shai Hope straight to mid-wicket, and another dot ball. Let's cut away again towards deep point. Picks up another single to finish the over. Just 2 runs came from that over and 2 wickets as well. And Pretoria Capitals are now 32 for 2 after 4 overs. So Hardest Villion is the new bowler back into the attack. Conceded 11 runs in his first over. That's a full delivery. Shai Hope drives it straight to covers, and another dot ball to start the over. This time he drives it down the ground again, but straight to mid-off. So another dot ball. 2 back-to-back dot balls from Hardest Villion. This time it's guided away towards third man, and they'll pick up another quick single. That's good running between the wickets. Another single from Shai Hope. This time it's on the pads again, and Vihan Lube flicks it away towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. So 2 more deliveries left in this over, just 2 runs from this over so far. Comes down the wicket, swings and misses, I hope. Another dot ball here. One more delivery left in this over. One more delivery left in this over. Last ball of the over coming up. And another dot ball to finish the over. So just 2 runs came from that over. And Pretoria Capitals are now 34 for 2 after 5 overs. It's short this time and pulled away straight to mid wicket though. Then a dot ball to start the over. Bartman is back into the attack here for the Paarl Royals. Continuing into his second over. Has been fantastic with his lines and lengths so far. And this time it's cut away beautifully in the gap, and that'll be 4. Beautifully placed in the gap from Vihan Lube, and picks up his first boundary in this innings. Nicely punched through the covers. So third ball of the over coming up. And this time it's driven again straight to the fielder at covers. Another dot ball from Neil Bartman. This time comes down the wicket, drives it away towards deep extra covers, and Vihan Lube picks up another single. 5 runs have come from this over, still 2 balls left. This time again, extra bounce for Bartman, back of the length delivery, and Chai Hope defends it towards mid wicket. Another dot ball. So despite conceding a boundary in this over, really good over from Bartman so far. Just 5 runs coming from this over, still 1 ball left. The last ball of the over coming up. And that's driven again, straight to point though. And Shai Hope picks up another single to finish the over. 6 runs came from that over. And the power play has been completed. Pretoria Capitals are now 40 for 2 after 6 overs. And it's also the time for the strategic timeout. So we come to the end of the strategic timeout, and Beyond Fortune is back into the attack. Shai Hope picks up a single to start the over. Rihan Lube is back on strike now. The second ball of the over coming up. Oh, looking to pull it away. Appeal for LBW here. Umpire says not out. Fortune might go for the review now. Doesn't go for the review. So now the dot ball here, but I think the height would have been a factor in that delivery. Went for the pull shot. Third ball of the over. It's another quicker delivery. Lube flicks it away leg side towards deep mid wicket. They're pushing for 2 here. And that's good running between the wickets. Another couple of runs for Vihan Lube. Short and wide, cut away again, straight to point. Another dot ball from Fortune. This time it's driven in the air. Fielder there coming in. Dives forward, takes the catch. Fantastic catch at deep extra covers. And Fortune gets his first wicket. Tossed it up outside the off stump. Invited a false shot from Vihan Lube, who just took one hand off his bat actually. One hand came off the shot. Mistimed it completely, and a really good catch there at deep extra covers. And the Pretoria Capitals getting into further trouble here. Current run rate only 6.29. They've already lost 3 wickets now. And once again the dependence will be on Shai Hope to anchor this innings and take it forward, I guess, for the Pretoria Capitals. One of the crowd spectators are saying, aren't you meant to use your feet? And rightly so. Vihan Lube is out after scoring 9 runs from 10 balls, and Pretoria Capitals in a lot of trouble. 43 for 3 after 6.5 overs. So Dewald Brevis is the new batter to the crease for the Pretoria Capitals. One more delivery left in this over. So last ball of the over coming up, and as a quicker ball, Brevis punches it straight to covers, and another dot ball to finish the over. So 3 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Vihan Lube, and Pretoria Capitals are now 43 for 3 after 7 overs. So Delano Potgieter is the new bowler into the attack now for the Paarl Royals. He's going to be bowling the 18th over. Shai Hope is on strike. They need his wicket as quick as possible. Hope drives it away towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to start the over. Dewald Brevis is back on strike. Dewald Brevis is an explosive batter, of course, but now he has to play the anchor role. Try and take this deep. You can't play the big shots now. You have to take it deep. Brevis is known for some powerful shots. But this is not the time, I guess, to play those shots, because if you lose your wicket now, it will be a huge problem for Pretoria Capitals. Second ball of the over. Pulled away again by Brevis. Down the ground to long on. And picks up another, gets off the mark with a single, Dewald Brevis. So average first inning score at this venue is 176. Well, if you score 180 plus at this venue, it becomes very tough to chase it down. That is one stat actually. Teams chasing above 180 have won only 1 out of 10 matches at this particular venue. So 180 will be the magic score that the Pretoria Capitals should be aiming for if they want to win this game. But from this kind of a situation, it is very tough to get to 180. From 46 for 3, into the 8th over now. It's punched away again by Brevis, straight to covers. Another dot ball from Delano Potgieter. Ooh, that's a short ball, and Brevis ducks underneath it. It's given as a wide, in fact, I think. Yeah, given as a wide. So Potgieter has to reload that one again. So 2 more deliveries left in this over. Really good over here from Potgieter. Every time I think the dependence for Pretoria Capitals is on Sharfin Rutherford and Brevis in these middle overs to go for the big shots. That's another delivery on the stumps. Brevis drives it back to the bowler. And another dot ball. Last ball of the over. And that's back of the length again, defended back to the bowler. Excellent over from Delano Potgieter. Just 4 runs came from that over, and Pretoria Capitals are now 47 for 3 after 8 overs. So now there's another bowling change here. Waqar Salam Keel is into the team today because Mujibur Rahman has gone for national duty. Afghanistan have a series against bilateral series against West Indies coming up. He's gone for that series. So Salam Keel is into the team today and he's into the attack to his first over. Shai Hope on strike. And that's punched away by Shai Hope towards deep point. And picks up another single to start the over. Waqar Salam Keel is a really good bowler actually, a very dicey bowler, and he picked up a lot of wickets in the recently concluded ILT20 tournament for the Dubai Capitals. He was playing for the Dubai Capitals. A Chinaman bowler, rare commodity as they say, and he bowls it really well. That's another quicker ball, and Brevis cuts it away towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. Oh my god, that's tossed up too much. Full toss. And Shai Hope hits it away towards deep extra covers. They'll check the height of that delivery, I guess. Showing the umpire. Was that too high? That's the big question. No, normally you don't expect that kind of a delivery from Waqar Salam Keel. I don't know whether it slipped out of the hand or not. But that was so high actually. High full toss from Salam Keel there. Yep, that's too high. That is absolutely too high. It should be a no ball and a free hit. 50 comes up for the Pretoria Capitals as well. 50 comes up in 8.2 overs. The arm is out from the umpire. It's a no ball, a free hit. Spinner bowling that kind of a no ball is completely unacceptable. Free hit delivery coming up. So Dewald Brevis is on strike for the free hit. Here we go, free hit delivery. And Brevis pulls it away leg side, and that's all the way for 6. So a very costly extra ball there from Salam Keel. I think he was attempting the quicker delivery of the free hit, dragged it down short, and Brevis has dispatched it over deep mid wicket for 6. So Salam Keel straight away feeling the pressure here of this SA20 tournament. First 6 of the innings comes on the bat of Dewald Brevis, and that too of a free hit. That's another quicker ball, and Dewald Brevis punches it down the ground to long off and picks up on another single. So 2 more deliveries left in this over. Ooh, goes onto the back foot there. Shai Hope flicks it away towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. Very dangerous delivery though to go on the back foot. A ball which you should be playing on the front foot. 12 runs have come from this over. An expensive over from Salam Keel here to start his spell in this year's SA20. The last ball of the over coming up. That's on the stumps. Brevis defends it towards point and picks up another single to finish the over. 13 runs came from that over, and Pretoria Capitals are now 60 for 3 after 9 overs. So far 3 wickets have fallen. Bjorn Fortune has picked up 1 wicket, and Othniel Bartman picked up 2 wickets. Salam Keel has been a little expensive. And now Delano Potgieter back into the attack, starts with a dot ball again. Brevis drives it straight to covers. And another dot ball to start the over. That's a slow ball, and Brevis drives it down the ground to long off. They can't even push for 2 here. Trying to push for 2. That's good running between the wickets. Excellent running between the wickets from Dewald Brevis. Another couple of runs. Third ball of the over. And that's driven again straight to point. Another dot ball from Delano Potgieter. So 3 more deliveries left in this over. Still struggling here, Pretoria Capitals, in all honesty, even despite that 13 run over from Salam Keel. Current run rate only 6.41. Brevis again looking to flick it away. Gets the edge of the bat towards covers. And another dot ball from Delano Potgieter. This time it's full again, and Brevis again drives it straight to covers. Make that 3 dot balls in a row from Delano Potgieter. So last ball of the over coming up. And that's short, it's pulled away by Brevis. That's massive. That's all the way for 6. This is why Ewald Brevis is so special. Has the ability to play these kind of shots and put pressure back on the bowlers. Such a good over from Delano Potgieter. Ends with a 6. 8 runs came from that over. And Pretoria Capitals are now 68 for 3 after 10 overs at the halfway mark of this innings. Never mind, it was still a good over though from Delano Potgieter. The last ball went for 6. Now that can happen to a bowler. Now Beyond Fortune is back into the attack, into his last over. So Fortune coming around the wicket to Shai Hope. That's a quicker delivery. Hope cuts it away towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to start the over. This time Brevis gave himself room and lets it go. Lets the ball go. Another dot ball from Fortune. 1 run from this over so far. Still 3 balls left. Goes for the cut shot again. Brevis undercuts it towards point. That is the term, undercutting it. Another dot ball. And this time it's too wide from Fortune. Has to reload that one again. He's aiming to bowl it outside the off stump, but in the attempt he's bowling it too wide. 4th ball of the over coming up. And that's pulled away by Brevis. Deep mid wicket is there. And Ewald Brevis picks up another single. And this time it's punched away again by Shai Hope. towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. 4 runs have come from this over, still 1 ball left. Last ball of the over. That's flicked away again by Brevis towards deep mid wicket. They're going to push for 2 here. This is fantastic running between the wickets, converting ones into twos. A very, very important characteristic to have in T20 cricket. Another couple of runs to finish the over. 6 runs came from that over. And Pretoria Capitals are now 74 for 3 after 11 overs. Okay, so the main weapon for the Pretoria Capitals, the main weapon for the Paarl Royals is into the attack with the ball now. Sikandar Raza. What can he not do? He can bowl, he can bat, he can finish off games. The last match, he finished off the run chase with a 6 of the last ball when they needed 2 runs to win. He can also pick up wickets with the ball. And here he is into the attack. And Shai Hope drives it down the ground to long on and picks up another single to start the over. I can understand Salam Keel being taken off the attack because he was a little expensive in his first over. Round down delivery is bowled him. That's a huge one. Brevis giving himself room, looking to cut it away, has lost his middle stump. And as I said, the magical weapon has struck again for the Paarl Royals. He's always a magical weapon, isn't he? Sikandar Raza. Whenever he comes into the attack to bowl, he tends to pick up wickets. Whenever he comes into bat, he's finishing off run chases. What a player to have in a team. Straight away strikes and gets the dangerous Dewald Brevis out just when a partnership was starting to build. An important wicket here for the Paarl Royals. Dewald Brevis is gone after scoring 21 runs from 20 balls. And Pretoria Capitals are now 75 for 4 after 11.2 overs. Well, I was saying magical weapon, that is what he's proving it now. Golden arm, magical weapon, you can call him whatever you want. Everything seems to happen whenever Sikandar Raza comes into bowl. And now Sharfane Rutherford is the new batter to the crease, who has also been in fantastic form in this tournament. But in today's match, it's a different scenario now because Pretoria Capitals are under all kinds of pressure, having lost 4 wickets here already. The 4 more deliveries left in this over. I think Raza will come around the wicket to Sharfane Rutherford. But what a player this Sikandar Raza is. So surprised that he isn't playing the IPL actually. Surely he deserves to play the IPL, but so much politics going around in the Indian Premier League actually these days. Like, there are so many other issues attached to cricket that many things are not happening properly. That's punched away again straight to covers. And another dot ball from Sikandar Raza. I mean, I don't want to get into all those politics, but definitely something is not right with the Indian cricket system. That is what I have to say. That's full delivery flicked away by Sharfane Rutherford towards deep mid wicket and gets off the mark with a single. Shai Hope is back on strike. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Shai Hope is back on strike. It's cut away again by Shai Hope towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. So just 3 runs have come from this over, including the wicket of Dewald Brevis. 1 more delivery left in this over. Raza coming around the wicket, Rutherford. And Rutherford again flicks it away towards deep mid-wicket. Picks up another single to finish the over. What an over from Sikandar Raza. Just 4 runs came from that over, including the biggest wicket of Dewald Brevis. And Pretoria Capitals are now 78 for 4 after 12 overs. So 8 overs left in this innings. Pretoria Capitals are huffing and puffing. They're struggling. Even a batter like Shai Hope has faced 26 balls and scored only 21 runs so far with only 1 6 in his innings at a strike rate of 80.77, which is not helping. So Waqar Salamkheil back into the attack, and that's on the pads, flicked away by Rutherford towards square leg, and picks up another single to start the over. Salamkheil was expensive in his first over, conceded 13 runs, bowled a no ball, waist high no ball as well in his first over, which is very uncharacteristic of Salamkheil. He's still young actually, bowled really well in the ILT20 tournament. Really good bowler to have in the team, but he needs to work on his consistency. Second ball of the over, Shai Hope sweeps it towards deep mid-wicket and picks up another single. The third ball of the over coming up. Ooh, that's tossed up on the stumps, and Sharfain Rutherford defends it back to the bowler. Another dot ball from Waqar Salamkheil. The 3 more deliveries left in this over. That's punched away at the back foot by Rutherford. And that ball is racing away for 4. Beautifully found the gap there. Past that fielder at point. And Rutherford picks up his first boundary in this innings. He's been in good form in this tournament so far. And maybe he is the one to rescue Pretoria Capitals from here. This time Rutherford defends it on the front foot towards point. And another dot ball here from Salamkheil. So just 6 runs have come from this over, still 1 ball left. Last ball of the over, that's short and that's pulled away by Rutherford. High and handsome over deep square leg for 6. Dragged it down there, Salamkheil. Rutherford needs no second invitation. He's been in such good form in this tournament, latches onto that, picks up a 6 to finish the over. And unfortunately another expensive over from Waqar Salamkheil. 12 runs have come from this over. And Pretoria Capitals are now 90 for 4 after 13 overs. So Sharfin Rutherford, continuing from where he left off against MI Cape Town, has scored 13 from just 8 balls, and Salam Keel, his debut in this year's SA20 is not working. None for 25 in his 2 overs so far. Sikandar Raza now continuing into his second over, and that's a quicker delivery. Shai Hope punches it down the ground to long off and picks up another single to start the over. So Sharfin Rutherford is back on strike. This partnership now 16 from 11 balls. He's going to go big again for sure as Rutherford. Shot again, and Rutherford, please look out in the crowd. That's where it's going. You cannot bowl short to that man there. He is so strong on the back foot. Picks up another 6. This time it's Sikandar Raza who drags it down short. Very rare occasion to see Sikandar Raza dragging it down like that. And Rutherford has deposited that one out there onto the grass banks. This time it's punched away again by Rutherford towards deep point and picks up another single. Shai Hope goes for the cut shot there. Gets an inside edge. Another dot ball. Round arm delivery, short and wide. Shai Hope cuts it away straight to the fielder at point. And another dot ball from Sikandar Raza. So last ball of the over coming up. That's a full delivery, and Shai Hope hits it down the ground to long on and picks up another single to finish the over. 9 runs came from that over, and Pretoria Capitals are now 99 for 4 after 14 overs. So 6 more overs left in this innings. Will they continue with Salam Keel? No, they are not. They have brought back O'Neil Bartman. Is back into the attack now for the Paarl Royals. Shai Hope on strike. That's a full delivery. Hope drives it away towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to start the over. So far, Shai Hope only playing second fiddle. He's only hit 1 6 in this innings so far. He has faced 32 balls and scored only 25 runs at a strike rate of 78.13. A very strange innings from Shai Hope, who has scored a century actually in this tournament. And he's still, I don't know what he's up to in this innings. 100 comes up for the Pretoria Capitals. 100 comes up in just 14.1 overs at the loss of 4 wickets. Can they get towards 160, 170, which might not be enough to defend, but still can give the bowler something to defend. Rutherford is back on strike. Goes for the drive there, Rutherford, unable to make connection. Another dot ball from O'Neil Bartman. Looking to flick it away. Appeal for LBW there. Umpire says not out. Maybe sliding down the leg side. Another dot ball from Bartman. So 3 more deliveries left in this over. It's driven again by Rutherford, straight to point though. And another dot ball from Neil Bartman. 3 consecutive dot balls here. Rutherford, can he bring back his form, his finishing form from the last couple of matches? Fifth ball of the over, and that's length. You cannot bowl length with this man. If you bowl length, you have to look out in the crowd, because that is where the ball will go off Rutherford's bat. In the slot from Bartman, he bowled 3 good deliveries, the previous 3 deliveries. But again, bowled it in the slot. And Rutherford has massively smacked it over deep mid wicket for another 6. He goes again down the ground, but this time it will go towards long on. And Rutherford picks up another single to finish the over. 8 runs came from that over, and Pretoria Capitals are now 107 for 4 after 15 overs. And it's also that time for the strategic timeout. So we come to the end of the strategic timeout, and Sikandar Raza is continuing into his third over. Around the wicket to Sharfin Rutherford, and Rutherford drives it again straight to point and picks up another single to start the over. Shai Hope going for the drive there, a little inside edging it back to the bowler. Another dot ball from Raza. Goes big, high in the air. This could be another wicket here. Yes, it is. Another catch at long on. And it's the wicket of Shai Hope. A struggle for him today, in all honesty. Never got going. 25 from 34 balls today for Shai Hope. Only 1 6 in his innings. And it was inevitable that something like this could happen to him today. Missed it in the air and a really good catch at long on. And Sikandar Raza once again. That man can do anything which the team wants him to do. Picks up his second wicket, Sikandar Raza. What a catch at long on. And Pretoria Capitals have now lost half their side. Shai Hope is out after scoring 25 from 34 balls. A really struggling knock today, very unlike Shai Hope. And Pretoria Capitals are now 108 for 5 after 15.3 overs. So Dre Russ is the new batter to the crease. They call him Dre Russ. The muscle man, Andre Russell. With still 27 balls left in this innings, they need some fireworks from him. Sikandar Raza, what a player he is turning out to be. Seriously. Every time the team needs him, he's taking wickets. So fourth ball of the over coming up, and it's defended again on the front foot towards point, and Dre Russ picks up another single. So two more deliveries left in this over. Sharfin Rutherford is back on strike. This time flicked away again by Rutherford. So straight to the field, red square leg, another dot ball. I mean, the good thing about Sikandar Raza is that not only he takes wickets, he also bowls with superb economy. Accurate bowling, he always targets the stumps, bowls stump to stump. Last ball of the over coming up. And that's driven again by Rutherford towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to finish the over. The 3 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Shai Hope, and Pretoria Capitals are now 110 for 5 after 16 overs. So 4 more overs left in this innings and they need fireworks from these two batters. Hardest-Villion is back into the attack now for the Paarl Royals. Sikandar Raza still has 1 over left and there is no doubt that he will complete his quota of overs the way he is bowling. Every time he is available to pick up wickets, break partnerships. Again picking up 2 big wickets today. Sikandar Raza, wickets of Dewald Brevis and Shai Hope, if you don't mind. And he does that very often these days. Hardest-Villion now over the wicket to Rutherford. And Rutherford drives it straight to the fielder though. Another dot ball to start the over. Remember, if Paarl Royals wins this game, they will be through to the playoffs. They will be the second team to be through to the playoffs. Already Sunrisers Eastern Cape have qualified for the playoffs. The winner of this game will surely be the second team to qualify for the playoffs officially. But I think both these teams are well set to qualify for the playoffs in any case actually. The Joburg Super Kings are the only team that are looking slightly uncertain of a playoff spot because they are going through a rough period now. As Rutherford goes big, he's not got hold of that. There's another fielder coming underneath it and another catch is taken. Hardest-Villion gets the wicket this time. Rutherford has to go. It's a huge wicket because Sharfin Rutherford has been in really good form in the last few matches with the bat. Completely mistimed that. And another wicket going down. The Paarl Royals tightening their grip now in this game. Hardest-Villion gets the big wicket though. A simple catch at long on. And Pretoria Capitals are sliding here towards the end of this innings. The Sharfin Rutherford is out after scoring 29 runs from 20 balls. And Pretoria Capitals are now 110 for 6 after 16.2 overs. So Keshav Maharaj is the new batter to the crease and that's a wide down the leg side from Hardest-Villion. He has to reload that one again. And this time Maharaj drives it away towards deep extra covers and gets off the mark with a single. Technically 2 new batters at the crease now for the Pretoria Capitals. But what a bowling performance this has been from Paarl Royals. They have been the informed team. They got bowled out for 49 in their first match against Sunrisers Eastern Cape. And from there, they are pushing a playoff spot now. If they win this, they'll be through to the playoffs. What a comeback. They say comebacks are always better than the setbacks, and this is a prime example of that. Three more deliveries left in this over. Andre Russell back on strike. Oh, that's a short ball, and Russell sways out of it. Another dot ball from Hardest-Villion. Oh, again outside the off stump, Russell swings and misses. Another dot ball here. What an over this is from Hardest-Villion. Just 2 runs coming from this over, including the wicket of Sharfin Rutherford as well. One more delivery left in this over. So last ball of the over coming up. And that's flicked away by Russell. He will pick up another single, keep the strike as well. Or they might push for 2 here. No, they only pick up the single to finish the over. So 3 runs came from that over. Excellent over from Hardest-Villion, including the wicket of Sharfin Rutherford. And Pretoria Capitals are now 113 for 6 after 17 overs. So I told you, Sikandar Raza will surely complete his full quota of overs. He's back into the attack into his last over. He has been the pick of the bowlers for the Paarl Royals without a doubt. Magical weapon indeed. Russell goes for the cut shot and misses it. Again a dot ball to start the over from Sikandar Raza. What a bowler he is. Every time he comes in, takes important wickets, bowls economically. He's doing it for fun these days. Second ball of the over coming up. And Russell drives it again, straight to covers. Another dot ball from Raza. Third ball of the over coming up. And Reyes goes big. Has he got enough? Long off, just clears him. Just clears him. And picks up a 6 here, Reyes. For a moment, the fielder at long off was interested, but just about cleared that fielder. And Andre Russell with his first 6, a much needed 6 for the Pretoria Capitals. This time another good Yorker from Sikandar Raza. Russell digs it out towards point. Another dot ball. He goes again, Russell. It's over deep mid wicket this time. Another 6. Second 6 in this over. He's taking down Sikandar Raza. Here is Andre Russell. 2 6s in this over. Valuable runs for the Pretoria Capitals. Last ball of the over coming up. It's full and on the pads. Flicked away by Reyes towards deep mid wicket. And picks up another single to finish the over. 13 runs came from that over. And Pretoria Capitals are now 126 for 6 after 18 overs. So 2 more overs left in this innings. And can Pretoria Capitals cross 150, 160? Sikandar Raza finishing his spell with 2 for 29 in his 4 overs. Has been outstanding. Has always been outstanding in this tournament with the ball. But as they need Reyes to provide a good finish here, because he's the last recognized power hitter for the Pretoria Capitals. So Otoniel Bartman with the penultimate over. Andre Russell on strike. Oh, he goes big. It's high in the air. It should be out, I think. Yes, the fielder comes in, takes a catch. That's a huge wicket. Huge wicket for Paarl Royals. Andre Russell has to go. And the Paarl Royals might have just saved a few runs here with this wicket of Andre Russell. The 7th wicket goes down. Russell going for the big shot there, mistiming it. Really good catch by the fielder down at long off, diving forward. And Pretoria Capitals slide into further trouble because now the tail-enders will come in for sure. Othniel Bartman again. He has been another superb bowler for the Paarl Royals this season. Picks up his 3rd wicket. Andre Russell is out after scoring 15 runs from 11 balls, and Pretoria Capitals 126 for 7 after 18.1 overs. So Lizard Williams is the new batter to the crease for the Pretoria Capitals. It's still 11 balls left in this innings. Bartman coming around the wicket. Oh, he's chopped it on. Another one goes. Back-to-back wickets again. 2 wickets and 2 balls for Othniel Bartman. And second time he's on a hat-trick in this match. He was on a hat-trick in his very first over. He's on a hat-trick once again. Lizard Williams has chopped it back onto his stumps. And the Pretoria Capitals are losing their way here. Number 8 goes down for them. Hat-trick ball also coming up. Othniel Bartman gets 4 for. It's been an outstanding bowling spell from Othniel Bartman. Lizard Williams is out for a golden duck. And Pretoria Capitals 126 for 8 after 18.2 overs. So hat-trick ball coming up. Lungisani Ngedi. Lungi Ngedi is the new batter to the crease. It will be mostly bowlers now. And they need to play out 10 deliveries in this innings. Imagine what would have happened if Russell didn't hit those couple of sixes. They could have even been on a danger of getting bowled out before 120 runs. That would have made it even more harder. So Bartman on a hat-trick. Hat-trick ball coming up. Oh, it's in the air. And it's taken. Another hat-trick. Would you believe it? Lungi Ngedi has chipped it up in the air and Othniel Bartman completes the catch. It's another hat-trick here in this tournament, SA20 tournament. Second hat-trick of this SA20 2025-26 edition. Lungi Ngedi himself picked up a hat-trick against Durban Super Giants earlier in this tournament. And now he is at the receiving end of a hat-trick. He's gifted a hat-trick to Othniel Bartman, has to be said. And a 5-fer as well for Othniel Bartman. 5 for 16 in his 3.3 overs. 3 wickets and 3 balls. A second hat-trick in this SA20 tournament. And what a moment for Othniel Bartman. What a spell this has been. Absolutely brilliant. Pretoria Capitals lose their 9th wicket. Lungi Ngedi also gone for a golden duck. And Pretoria Capitals now 126 for 9 after 18.3 overs. So Gideon Peters is the last batter to the crease, and it looks like just a matter of time before this innings concludes for the Pretoria Capitals. They might even get bowled out. The tail-enders are just falling quickly here. Hat-trick for Othniel Bartman. It's been a dream spell. 5 for 16 in his 3.3 overs. Still 9 balls left in this innings though, but they don't have the wickets in hand. And they don't have the batters as well. All Gideon Peters has to do, take the single, looking to flick it away there, not able to make connection. Another dot ball from Othniel Bartman. Gideon Peters has to take the single and give the strike to Keshav Maharaj. That is what he has to do. But we have seen 2 hat-tricks in this tournament. 2 outstanding hat-tricks. 1 hat-trick from Lungi Ngedi, another hat-trick from Othniel Bartman today. Wow, this tournament continues to deliver performances after performances. 5th ball of the over. Ooh, and Gideon Peters lets it go through to the keeper. Another dot ball here. Can we see a triple wicket maiden here from Bartman? Surely a player of the match contender without a doubt. Hat-trick and fifer today. He was on a hat-trick earlier as well in this innings. That time he couldn't take the hat-trick, but this time he's completed it. Imagine taking a hat-trick and fifer in the same match. Absolutely brilliant. Last ball of the over. Oh, again goes for the drive there by Gideon Peters, but unable to make connection. Triple wicket maiden over from Othniel Bartman. A maiden and a hat-trick as well in that over. And Pretoria Capitals are now 126 for 9 after 19 overs. So 1 over left. Keshav Maharaj will be on strike. He has the capability to bat. He can play some big shots. We all know that. Can he take Pretoria Capitals at least above 140? Bare minimum. So Hardest Willion is going to be bowling the last over for the Paarl Royals. So Hardest Willion with the last over. Oh, Maharaj moves across his stumps, looks to paddle it away. It's given as a wide down the leg side. Luandre Pretorius can't believe it behind the stumps. Paarl Royals can't believe it. But it's given as a wide and Hardest Willion has to reload that one again. And Maharaj hits it high in the air. Fielder coming underneath it. Takes the catch and that is the end of the innings. Would you believe it? Pretoria Capitals have been bowled out. Inside their 20 overs, the last 4 wickets falling for just 1 run. And Hardest Willion takes the final wicket. Maharaj going for the big shot. That is exactly what he needed to do. Last over of the innings. You have to play your shots. Only managed to hit it high in the air. And a really good catch at deep extra covers. And what a comprehensive bowling performance this has been by the Paarl Royals today. What a disciplined bowling performance has to be said. Hardest Willion finishing with 2 for 17 in his 3.1 overs. But the pick of the bowlers clearly today. Othniel Bartman 5 for 16 in his 4 overs, including a hat-trick. Sikandar Raza also picked up a couple of wickets. And Fortune also picked up 1 wicket. What an amazing bowling performance this has been from Paarl Royals. Bowling out the Pretoria Capitals for 127 runs in just 19.1 overs. As we look at the Pretoria Capitals batting card, a very sorry looking batting card. Only 4 batters getting to double digits. Shai Hope struggled his way to 25 from 34 balls. Dewald Brevis scored only 21. Sharfane Rutherford scored 29 from 20 balls. Was looking good when he was getting going. Andre Russell hit a couple of sixes. Just need to imagine what would have happened if Russell didn't hit those 2 sixes. If he had gotten out earlier. Pretoria Capitals would have been bowled out much earlier, I guess. He scored 15 from 11 balls. But no other batters being able to get to double digits. And in the end, the Pretoria Capitals getting bowled out for a below par score of 127 inside their 20 overs. So the Paarl Royals to win this match and qualify for the playoffs will need 128 runs to win this match from their full quota of 20 overs. We'll be back again shortly to cover the run chase. Until then, please stay tuned. So hi guys, welcome back to the run chase. The Paarl Royals just need 128 runs to win this game and qualify for the playoffs. Pretoria on strike, second ball of the innings coming up. And that's an inside edge from Pretorius towards square leg and gets off the mark with a single. Lungi and Gidi bowling the first over for the Pretoria Capitals, and if the Pretoria Capitals are to have any chance in this game to even try and think of winning this game, they need early wickets, no doubt about that, because not enough runs on the board. They were bowled out for 127. Two balls have been bowled, one run on the board. Asha Tribe now back on strike. Third ball of the over coming up, and that's back of the length. Asha Tribe defends it towards point, and another dot ball from Lungi and Gidi. Otniel Bartman picked up a hat-trick today. Lungi and Gidi himself picked up a hat-trick against Durban Super Giants earlier in this tournament. He's also a hat-trick hero, Lungi and Gidi. He can be proud of that as well. Ooh, that beats the outside edge of Asha Tribe. Beauty of a delivery there from Ngidi. Another dot ball. So two more deliveries left in this over. And that's full again. Asha Tribe drives it straight to covers. And another dot ball. So good start here from Lungi and Gidi. Just one run coming from this over. Still one ball left. Normally Pretoria Capitals a really good batting unit. Somehow just didn't click today. They just kept on losing wickets, couldn't get any momentum in their innings. In the end got bowled out for a below par score of 127. Now it's up to the Paarl Royals to seal this run chase, get into the playoffs. Last ball of the over coming up. And that's edged away, past the field red slip. That might run away for four. Yes it does. Beats the deep third man fielder. Puts in the dive, can't stop the boundary. The first boundary of the innings comes to the bat of Asha Tribe. Boundary to finish that over. 5 runs came from that over, and Paarl Royals are now 5 without loss after 1 over. So Asha Tribe getting off the mark with the boundary there. That's all they need, Paarl Royals. Keep finding the regular boundaries, they'll be home. It's not a big run chase. Lizard Williams now is the new bowler into the attack into his second over. Luandre Pretorius will be on strike. Oh, straight away, appeal for LBW, finger goes up. And the first wicket goes down for the Paarl Royals. Luandre Pretorius looking to play across the line. And that's straight in front, I think. No point in reviewing that. He'll have a discussion with his umpire. He might go for the review. But I think that's straight in front, actually. Pretorius playing across the line to a straight delivery. He should never do that. Put his foot forward and played across the line. And this is exactly what the Pretoria Capitals want. They need early wickets if they want to put any pressure. on Paarl Royals because this is not a big total that they are defending. So only wickets can put the pressure on the chasing team. Pretorius has gone upstairs. Pretorius has gone for the review. We need to have a look at it. The only question will be, did it pitch outside the leg stump? That is the only question because, well, it appears though that it might just be pitching outside leg. No, it's pitching in line, impact in line, wicket setting. Thank you for coming, says Hawkeye. Low Andre Pretorius will have to go. Lizard Williams gets the breakthrough for the Pretoria Capitals. Finger goes up again from the umpire, and this is exactly what the doctor ordered for Pretoria Capitals. Early wicket. Low Andre Pretorius is out for 1, and Paarl Royals are now 5 for 1 after 1.1 overs. So Ruben Herman is the new batter to the crease, player of the match in the previous game against the Durban Super Giants, in which they chased down about 180 runs. Him and Dan Lawrence formed a fantastic partnership. A last ball finish, Sikandar Raza finished it with a 6. A fantastic game that was. Ruben Herman was the player of the match. Can he play that kind of a knock once again for the Paarl Royals is the big question. Second ball of the over coming up, and that's back of the lengths. Ruben Herman looking to flick it away, gets a leading edge down the ground, and another dot ball from Lizard Williams. It's full this time, driven beautifully by Ruben Herman through the covers for 4. This is why he's so good. If you bowl it full in his arc, he's always ready to drive it through the offside. Gets off the mark with a boundary. That's full again, and Ruben Herman drives it down the ground to mid-off. Another dot ball from Lizard Williams. Ooh, back of the length again outside the off stump. Ruben Herman goes for the drive, misses it. Another dot ball from Lizard Williams. Pretoria Capitals need to keep taking wickets. The Paarl Royals have a long batting lineup, still have Dan Lawrence to come in, and then David Miller. They're all in form for the Paarl Royals. Sikandar Raza is also there. So last ball of the over coming up, and that's driven again straight to covers, and another dot ball to finish the over. So just 4 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Luandre Pretorius, and Paarl Royals are now 9 for 1 after 2 overs. So the best bowling figures this season, Otniel Bartman is right on top with his 5 for 16 today. Lungi and Gidi now into his second over. And Asha Tribe drives it straight to covers. Another dot ball to start the over. Can Lungi and Gidi also provide the breakthrough? Otniel Bartman is now the leading wicket taker in SA20 history. Has been a fantastic bowler actually. Ooh, Asha Tribe comes down the wicket. Swings and misses. Another dot ball from Lungisani and Gidi. So third ball of the over coming up. Oh, comes down the wicket. It's gone off the edge. Down to third man. Oh, puts it down. I think put in the dive there. Oh dear. Catch has gone down here. It should have been taken at deep third man. Cannot afford to miss these chances when you're defending this kind of a total. Now just have a look at the replay. Put in the dive there at deep third man, but not able to hang on to it. Asha Tribe, Lizard Williams putting down the catch. Asha Tribe has picked up another single. The Ruben Herman is back on strike now. The 3 more deliveries left in this over. Oh, that's a wide down the leg side. They're appealing for a catch there, but it's a wide down the leg side clearly. And Lungi and Gidi has to reload that one again. Oh, this time back of the length, looking to punch it through the offside, gets the inside half of the bat. They're going to push for 2 here. And that's good running between the wickets from Ruben Herman. Picks up another couple of runs. So 2 more deliveries left in this over. Ruben Herman is back on strike. That's on the pads, flicked away by Herman. Finds the gap, and that'll run away for 4. Angling onto the pads there, Lungi and Gidi. And all Ruben Herman had to do, just flick it away. And picks up his second boundary in this innings. So last ball of the over coming up. Oh, back of the length again. Ruben Herman looking to punch it through the offside, but unable to make connection. Another dot ball to finish the over. 8 runs came from that over, and Paarl Royals are now 17 for 1 after 3 overs. So Lizard Williams now into his second over. At this same stage, the Pretoria Capitals were 30 without loss after 3 overs. Paarl Royals are 17 for 1. But we all know how Pretoria Capitals collapsed after that. Got off to a good start. But then once they lost their first 2 wickets, they completely lost the momentum and got bowled out for 127. And while you're chasing, it doesn't matter how you chase it, as long as you chase it. That's a full delivery, and Asha Tribe drives it down the ground to mid-on. And another dot ball to start the over. So second ball of the over coming up. That's driven in the air and taken at mid-off. Another wicket goes down. It's Lizard Williams again. And they've got a couple of wickets early here. Pretoria Capitals. Is there still life in this game? Asha Tribe just driving it in the air. It looked like a careless shot actually from Asha Tribe. A really good catch at mid-off, jumping high, completing the catch. Second wicket goes down for the Paarl Royals. And it's a big one. Asha Tribe has to go. So the Pretoria Capitals have 2 early wickets. Asha Tribe is gone after scoring 5 runs from 9 balls, and Paarl Royals are now 17 for 2 after 3.2 overs. So the new batter to the crease now for the Paarl Royals is Dan Lawrence. Rewind back to the previous match when these two batters formed a crucial partnership to take the Paarl Royals over the line against the Durban Super Giants. Can they do it again? It's not a big target this time around, just chasing 128, but South African conditions can be tricky. Dan Lawrence is coming in at number 4. Didn't bowl an over today, very surprising. Wasn't required, I guess, with the ball today. He can bowl a few overs, can also bat, a very utility player, no doubt about that. Played a superb knock in the previous match. He's just played 4 matches in this SA20 tournament, scored 65 runs, out of which he scored majority of the runs in the previous match. Four more deliveries left in this over. Again, Dan Lawrence and Ruben Herman at the crease together for the Paarl Royals. So third ball of the over coming up from Lizard Williams. Dan Lawrence on strike. And that's driven down the ground to mid-on, towards mid-wicket. And Dan Lawrence straight away gets off the mark with a single. ILT20 winner with the Desert Vipers. Can he win another trophy in SA20 also? At this same stage, the Pretoria Capitals were 31 for 2 after their 3.3 overs. Paarl Royals are 18 for 2. Both teams have lost 2 early wickets. Thing is, Paarl Royals know their target, so they can plan it accordingly. Required run rate only 6.67. And with these two batters still at the crease, the way they formed the partnerships in the way they formed the partnership in the previous match, they can do the same thing today as well. Definitely, the Paarl Royals can get over the line. So Lizard Williams now coming around the wicket to Ruben Herman. And that's pulled away by Herman. Has he found the gap? Yes, he has. The ball is racing away for 4. Another boundary here. Ruben Herman is playing a really good knock here. Picks up his 3rd boundary in this innings. It was not a bad delivery at all, but Ruben Herman picked up the length beautifully. And another crucial boundary for the Paarl Royals. Well, we saw glimpses of Ruben Herman in the previous tournament as well. In the previous edition of the SA20 tournament as well. He's showing it again. This time, straight drives it down the ground. That's another absolute beauty. Pass mid-on for 4. Back-to-back boundaries from Ruben Herman. He is really turning this on for the Paarl Royals. Moves to 18 from just 10 balls. Already 9 runs from this over. Still 1 ball left. The last ball of the over coming up. Ruben Herman back on strike. Oh, that's flicked away again by Ruben Herman, but straight to mid-wicket. And another dot ball to finish the over. 9 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Asha Tribe. And Paarl Royals are now 26 for 2 after 4 overs. So Andre Russell is the new batter to the crease. Andre Russell is a new bowler into the attack for the Pretoria Capitals. What am I saying? Oh, inside edge! Just about missed the stumps. And Dan Lawrence picks up another single to start the over. Almost chopped him onto the stumps there. Comedy of errors there almost. Andre Russell always has this knack of picking up wickets. Breaking partnerships. Almost broke another partnership there. Second ball of the over. And again Ruben Herman goes for the drive and misses it. Another dot ball from Andre Russell. So we're getting closer to the playoffs. The winner of this game is going to qualify. Second team to qualify for the playoffs. And you have a competition between the bottom 4 teams to see who qualifies. I think MI, Cape Town and Durban Super Giants are almost eliminated though. That's punched away by Ruben Herman towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. Dan Lawrence is back on strike. 100 needed from 93 balls. Shot this time pulled away by Lawrence. Oh, the shot fine legged as well, but still got a hand on it. Dan Lawrence picks up another couple of runs here. So 2 more deliveries left in this over. Disappointment there for the Pretoria Capitals. It's on the pads again. Dan Lawrence flicks it away towards deep square leg and picks up another single. So last ball of the over coming up. Ruben Herman is back on strike. Last ball of the over. And that's driven again by Ruben Herman towards deep extra covers. And picks up another single to finish the over. 6 runs came from that over. And Paarl Royals are now 32 for 2 after 5 overs. So Gideon Peters is the new bowler into the attack now for the Pretoria Capitals. He's been a really good addition, really good bowler in this tournament so far. Picked up 3 for in the previous match against Cape Town. Coming around the wicket to Herman. That's on the pads. Ruben Herman flicks it away towards mid wicket. It's a dot ball to start the over. Ooh, that's a short ball again. And Herman ducks underneath it. Another dot ball from Peters. That's back of the length this time, and Ruben Herman again punches it down the ground to mid-off. Another dot ball. A really good start to this over from Gideon Peters. This time it's flicked away by Herman towards deep mid-wicket, and that's 4 more. Full and on the pass that time from Gideon Peters. And beautifully flicked away by Ruben Herman. Continues his good form with the bat. Picks up his 5th boundary in this innings. Oh, that's a short ball. And that's gone over the keeper, in fact. It's got the top edge of Herman. It's gone flown over the keeper, and another boundary for Ruben Herman. Back-to-back boundaries. And again, the required run rate now down to 6.21 for Paarl Royals. And they are also checking for a no ball here. Whether it was too high, they are checking it. I don't think so. I'll need to have a look at the umpire's signal though. It's a fair delivery, 4 byes it was, so one more delivery left in this over. Last ball of the over coming up. More importantly, last ball of the power play. And that's defended again by Ruben Herman towards covers, and another dot ball to finish the over. 8 runs came from that over, and Paarl Royals are now 40 for 2 after 6 overs after the power play. And it's also the time for the strategic timeout. So we come to the end of the strategic timeout, and the Paarl Royals need 88 more runs to win this match from the last 14 overs. Ruben Herman once again looking good. 24 from just 20 balls with 5 boundaries in his innings already at a strike rate of 120. 40 for 2 after 6 overs. Andre Russell, Ray Russ, is back into the attack for the Pretoria Capitals. And if Pretoria Capitals are to have any chance in this run chase, they have to keep taking wickets. They have to break this partnership of 23 from 16 balls now. Dan Lawrence is on strike. Here's Ray Russ over the wicket to Dan Lawrence. That's a full delivery. Lawrence drives it down the ground to mid-off, and another dot ball to start the over. This time Lawrence drives it down the ground again towards mid-off. And another dot ball here. Back-to-back dot balls to start this over. Third ball of the over. And that's punched away by Dan Lawrence. Finds the gap. And another boundary. He is in such good form as Dan Lawrence. Picks up his first boundary in this innings. And once again, it is this partnership between Dan Lawrence and Ruben Herman that is providing hope for the Paarl Royals. This time a drop and run from Dan Lawrence, just defends it gently and picks up another single. Here's a strike back to Ruben Herman. Two more deliveries left in this over. Ruben Herman is back on strike. Looking to pull it away there. Ruben Herman unable to make connection. It's the first bouncer for the over from Andre Russell and another dot ball. This time driven back down the ground to mid-off. And Ruben Herman picks up another single to finish the over. 6 runs came from that over, and Paarl Royals are now 46 for 2 after 7 overs. So 82 more needed from the last 13 overs. Can Paarl Royals chase it quickly, get a bonus point as well? There have been plenty of occasions where teams have gotten the bonus point in this edition of the SA20. Not only this edition, even in previous editions as well. A bowling change now for Pretoria Capitals. Keshav Maharaj is the new bowler into the attack for the Pretoria Capitals. The captain bringing himself on, coming over the wicket to Ruben Herman. And that's a full delivery. Ruben Herman drives it down the ground to long off. Picks up another single to start the over. The second ball of the over coming up. Dan Lawrence is on strike. And Lawrence drives it straight to covers. Another dot ball from Maharaj. Another quicker ball, punched away straight to point. Another dot ball here from Maharaj. Good over so far. 1 run from the first 3 balls of this over. Still 1 ball left. This time it's flicked away by Lawrence towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. And Herman goes big down the ground, goes all the way for 6, clears long on. Nicely tossed up from Maharaj. And Ruben Herman accepting the challenge, taking on long on and succeeding in doing so. Picks up the first 6 of this innings from Ruben Herman, and the 50 comes up for the Paarl Royals. 50 comes up in just 7.5 overs. Required run rate only 6.08. The last ball of the over coming up, and that's driven away towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to finish the over. 9 runs came from that over, and Paarl Royals are now 55 for 2 after 8 overs. So Gideon Peters is back into the attack now for the Pretoria Capitals. 12 overs left, 73 needed. Ruben Herman is on strike. Gideon Peters coming around the wicket. And it doesn't matter for Ruben Herman. Goes straight down the ground for another 6 to start the over. Valuable 6s, valuable runs here for the Paarl Royals. And now the equation requirement is under a run a ball. Second 6 for Ruben Herman. Once again in the slot from Gideon Peters and dispatched by Ruben Herman. So now there's 67 more needed from 71 balls. And once again, this young man who has been doing so well in the SA20 tournament for the past 2 seasons. Once again, delivering with the bat. Man of the match in the previous game as well. Second ball of the over. That's flicked away in the air. Lands safely towards mid-wicket. And Ruben Herman picks up another single. Moves to 40 now from 27 balls. When it matters the most, this man is performing. This time it's full and Dan Lawrence drives it down the ground to mid-on and picks up another single. Ruben Herman nearing another half century. Fourth ball of the over coming up. Gideon Peters stops in his follow through. Required run rate only 5.65. And remember, the Paarl Royals are going to qualify for the playoffs today for sure. Fourth ball of the over coming up. Goes again. And that's all the way again. Another 6. This man is in a hurry to finish this game off and maybe try and go home. Enjoy the weekday. Enjoy a good Friday probably. Another 6 in this over, second 6 in this over. Now just 59 more needed for the Paarl Royals. 50 partnership comes up and once again Ruben Herman and Dan Lawrence can do no wrong with the bat for Paarl Royals in this SA20 season. And this time he sliced it in the air. Fielder coming in, takes the catch at deep extra covers. And it brings to an end a fantastic knock once again from this man who can do no wrong in the SA20 tournament in the last couple of seasons. Hit a 6 but then has holed out at deep extra covers. And a much needed breakthrough for the Pretoria Capitals. Might well be too late actually because the required run rate only 5.28 now. But at least they have broken this partnership here. Dewald Brevis taking a simple catch at deep extra covers. Third wicket goes down for the Paarl Royals. Ruben Herman has gone after a fantastic knock of 46 from 29 balls. And Paarl Royals are now 69 for 3 after 8.5 overs. So David Miller is the new batter to the crease. Finisher, designated finisher in recent times. Has to be said, fantastic finisher. The last ball of the over coming up from Gideon Peters. Coming around the wicket to David Miller. It's a full delivery. Miller flicks it away down the ground to mid-on. Another dot ball to finish the over. 14 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Ruben Herman. And Paarl Royals are now 69 for 3 after 9 overs. Just 11 more runs needed now for victory. 11 overs left, 59 runs needed for victory from the last 11 overs. Required run rate only 5.36, and with these two batters at the crease, Dan Lawrence and David Miller, this should be manageable. Keshav Maharaj continuing into his second over. Dan Lawrence punches it down the ground. Another dot ball to start the over. This time a quicker delivery again, and Dan Lawrence defends it towards covers. Another dot ball. The back-to-back dot balls to start this over. Tossed up again. Dan Lawrence drives it down the ground. Back to the bowler. Make that 3 dot balls to start this over. Shot this time, pulled away down the ground by Lawrence towards long on and picks up another single. Gives the strike back to David Miller. He'll enjoy batting against the left arm off spin of Keshav Maharaj. Ball spinning into him. So 2 more deliveries left in this over. Maharaj coming over the wicket to Miller. And Miller goes big, leg side. 1 bounce. Oh, good fielding at deep mid wicket. And David Miller gets off the mark with a single as well. This time Lawrence drives it down the ground towards long off. Will push for 2 here. And that's good running between the wickets. Another couple of runs to finish the over. So 4 runs came from that over. And Paarl Royals are now 73 for 3 after 10 overs. Needing 55 to win from the last 10 overs. So Gideon Peters continuing into his 3rd over. That's back of the length. Miller flicks it away towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to start the over. Second ball of the over. Ooh, short and wide. Lawrence going for the cut shot. Unable to make connection. Another dot ball from Peters. This time it's flicked away again by Dan Lawrence towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. So Miller is back on strike. 3 more deliveries left in this over. Peters coming around the wicket. That's on the path. Flicked away by Miller. Towards deep square leg. Splits the gap. Another boundary. First boundary for Miller. Can't stray on the pads to him. He's so strong off his pads. And another boundary here for the Paarl Royals. Now needing only 49 more runs to win this game. Again coming around the wicket. Again on the pads. Flicked away again towards that same area, but this time deep mid wicket is there. And David Miller picks up another single. The last ball of the over coming up from Gideon Peters. Dan Lawrence is back on strike. That shot pulled away by Lawrence towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to finish the over. 8 runs came from that over and Paarl Royals are 81 for 3 after 11 overs. Lungi and Gedi is back into the attack now. 47 needed from the last 9 overs for the Paarl Royals. Dan Lawrence is on strike. Batting on 17 from 20 balls. Here's Ngedi. And that's a full delivery driven down the ground straight to mid-off. Again a dot ball to start the over. Pretoria Capitals will rue the fact that they didn't get enough runs on the board. The second ball of the over coming up. And he moves across his stumps, flicks it away nonchalantly towards deep mid wicket for 4. He's been in such good form as Dan Lawrence. Nonchalantly flicks it away, picks up another boundary. So his second boundary in this innings. He's played a slow innings, but that's all is required now. He's chasing down a low target. Well on course in this run chase. And looking good. The third ball of the over coming up. Slow ball driven again, straight to point though. Another dot ball. I won't mind all these dot balls now. The 3 more deliveries left in this over. Required run rate is only 5.06. Paarl Royals are coasting along with 7 more wickets in hand. They need something special. Pretoria Capitals from here. Lungisani and Gedi. Fourth ball of the over coming up. And that's cut away again by Lawrence, straight to point. Oh, picks up a quick single, puts in the dive there. David Miller completes the single. Miller is back on strike, 42 needed now. At this same stage, the Pretoria Capitals were 76 for 4 after their 11.4 overs, and Paarl Royals are 86 for 3, well on course of winning this game. The fifth ball of the over coming around the wicket now in Giddy. And that's a full delivery, slower delivery. And Miller drives it down the ground to mid-off and picks up another single. Last ball of the over. Ooh, looking to flick it away, gets it on the pads there. And Dan Lawrence picks up another single. It will be one leg byes to finish the over. 7 runs came from that over. And Paarl Royals are now 88 for 3 after 12 overs. Just 40 more needed in the last 8 overs for the Paarl Royals. Andre Russell back into the attack. Oh, and that's a pickup shot from Dan Lawrence all the way for 6. Over deep square leg. Full and on the pads from Andre Russ. And Dan Lawrence has been so good. Such good form. Clears the boundary. Now equation down to 34 needed for the Paarl Royals. Getting closer and closer to victory. Second ball of the over. Full toss again. Flicked away again. It's in the gap again. 4 again. 6 under 4 to start the over. Dan Lawrence now getting into his groove. Such a dangerous batter when he gets going like this. 6 under 4 to start this over. And Ray Russ feeling the pressure. It's short and wide, and Lawrence cuts it away again towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. Gives the strike back to David Miller. 3 more deliveries left in this over. Full again. Miller hits it down the ground, straight down the ground for 4. They're in a hurry now, these two batters. Miller now joins in the action with his second boundary in this innings. 15 runs have come from this over so far. Still 1 ball left. Shot this time, pulled away again for 4 more. David Miller on the march here. Back-to-back boundaries, 3 boundaries in this over and a 6 already. 19 runs have come from this over, still 1 ball left. David Miller on the charge. So last ball of the over coming up. That's shot again, pulled again by Miller towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to finish the over. 20 runs came from that over from Andre Russell, and Paarl Royals are now 108 for 3 after 13 overs. So just 20 more runs needed from the last 7 overs with Miller and Dan Lawrence at the crease. They are in a hurry to finish this. Now what advertisements? So Lizard Williams is back into the attack now. Still has a couple of overs left. David Miller is on strike. Lizard Williams coming around the wicket to Miller. Ooh, and Miller looking to flick it away. Just about misses the stumps there. Extra bounce for Lizard Williams. And another dot ball to start the over. There will be no doubt that Neil Bartman will be the player of the match today, even if these two batters take Paarl Royals over the line. Second ball of the over, and Miller drives it over mid-off. That's 4 more. Another boundary here for David Miller. Picks up his 4th boundary. Trademark David Miller shot heading through the line. Picks up another boundary. They're getting closer to victory now, Paarl Royals, and into the playoffs as well. And that's driven again through the covers again for another boundary. He's just having fun, David Miller now. Back-to-back boundaries here. Moves to 25 from just 12 balls at a strike rate of 208.33 for David Miller. 5 boundaries in this innings already. Just 12 more runs needed for victory. Matter of 3 more boundaries for the Paarl Royals. And this time it's back of the length. Miller flicks it away towards square leg and picks up another single. Partnership now 48 from 29 balls between David Miller and Dan Lawrence. And what a player Dan Lawrence has been in the last couple of matches. His addition has really boosted the Paarl Royals. Scored a half century, a crucial half century in the previous match against Durban Super Giants, and now in this run chase, anchoring this run chase, taking it till the end. Now just 11 more runs needed. Fifth ball of the over coming up. Oh, Lawrence going for the pull. Don't know whether it hit the helmet. Towards point, and another dot ball from Lizard Williams. So last ball of the over. And that's short and wide. It's cut away. Over deep point for 6. Dan Lawrence is unstoppable. Another 6 to finish the over. Another expensive over from the Pretoria Capitals. 15 runs came from that over from Lizard Williams. And Paarl Royals are now 123 for 3 after 14 overs, needing just 5 more runs for victory from the last 6 overs. So 5 runs away now, the Paarl Royals. 1 hit away, two boundaries away, 1 6 away from winning this. 50 partnership also coming up between David Miller and Dan Lawrence. Partnership of 54 from 31 between these two batters. And here's Lungi Ngidi into his last over. That's pulled away, flicked away by David Miller towards deep mid-wicket. And picks up another single to start the over. Now just 4 more runs needed. 1 boundary away now. Lawrence is back on strike. They're going to pick up the bonus point today. Paarl Royals are going to be picking up the bonus point and will be winning this, and they will be the second team to be into the playoffs of the SA20 Season 4. Second ball of the over. That's a full delivery again. Lawrence hits it down the ground to long on and picks up another single. This puts more pressure on the Durban Super Giants, in all honesty. The 2 teams will be into the playoffs now. Sunrisers Eastern Cape have already qualified for the playoffs. Now Paarl Royals 3 runs away from sealing their playoff spot. Third ball of the over coming up. Miller on strike. That's on the pads again. Flicked away straight to short fine leg. Another dot ball from Ngidi. What a comprehensive performance this has been from the Paarl Royals. They deserve to qualify. They have made a superb comeback. They got trolled after they were bowled out for 49, got compared with RCB for all the wrong reasons, but they have made a comeback after that. That's flicked away again by Miller towards deep mid-wicket and picks up another single. They got compared with RCB of 2017 with that 49 all-out. Similarities between RCB's 49 all-out and Paarl Royals' 49 all-out in SA20. Lowest score in both tournaments. But it doesn't matter whether you fall down. If you fall down, just rise up and come back again. That is what the Paarl Royals have proved in this tournament. They are going to be into the playoffs. Just 2 more runs away. Dan Lawrence back on strike. Oh, that's a slow ball. He's cleaned him up. Some late success for the Pretoria Capitals. Beautifully bowled, slower delivery there by Lungi and Gidi. He's gone through the defences of Dan Lawrence, castled him, and the 4th wicket goes down here for the Paarl Royals. That off cutter that Lungi and Gidi bowls really well, dipping in the air, and it's gone through the legs of Dan Lawrence there. But it's all too late with only 2 more runs needed for the Paarl Royals. But Dan Lawrence, what a player he has been. Dan Lawrence is gone after scoring 41 runs from 32 balls. And Paarl Royals are now 126 for 4 after 14.5 overs. So 4 down now, Paarl Royals, and the new batter to the crease is Sikandar Raza. He needed 2 runs to win from the last ball. In the previous match, he hit a 6 and won it for Paarl Royals. Now 2 runs needed from 31 balls for Paarl Royals. Can he finish it now? Last ball of the over. And Sikandar Raza drives it towards the point, gets off the mark with a single. Scores are level now. 4 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Dan Lawrence. And Paarl Royals are now 127 for 4 after 15 overs, needing just 1 more run to win this game. So just 1 needed. Gideon Peters is back into the attack. Sikandar Raza will finish it off for sure in this over. So here we go, 1 needed. Gideon Peters to Sikandar Raza. And that's a short ball. It's pulled away by Raza down the ground to mid-on. He'll pick up the single, and that is it. It's the Paarl Royals who get over the line. They have won this game. They've also got the bonus point. And they are the second team to qualify for the Betway SA20 playoffs of 2025-26. It's the Paarl Royals who have done it. They pick up their 5th win in this tournament. They also win it with the bonus point. And it's been a comprehensive win in the end by 6 wickets with 29 balls to spare. They bowled really well, and a comprehensive run chase as well. David Miller unbeaten on 28 from 16 balls with 5 boundaries at a strike rate of 175. Sikandar Raza, he always needs to be there at the end, isn't it? One of the best finishers in recent times in franchise cricket. He is unbeaten on 2 runs from 2 balls. Once again, Sikandar Raza hitting the winning runs is an icing on the cake. And also not to forget Ruben Herman once again playing a fantastic knock. Ruben Herman and Dan Lawrence, both of them, ever since they started batting together, have been in the form of their lives. Ruben Herman scored 46 from 29 balls with 5 boundaries and 3 sixers at a strike rate of 158.62. And Dan Lawrence scored 41 from just 32 balls with 3 boundaries and 2 sixers at a strike rate of 128.13. And as far as the Pretoria Capitals bowlers are concerned, not enough runs on the board, that's all you need to say. Lungi and Gidi bowled well actually, 1 for 24 in his 4 overs. Lizard Williams picked up 2 for 28 in his 3 overs. Gideon Peters with 1 for 27 in his 3.1 overs. Andre Russell got hit a little bit in his last over, none for 32 in his 3 overs. He got hit a little bit in his 3rd over. And Keshav Maharaj bowled only 2 overs, none for 13. So in the end, a comprehensive win for the Paarl Royals. They outplayed the Pretoria Capitals today, it has to be said. And they are into the playoffs now. Two teams are officially through to the playoffs. Sunrisers Eastern Cape qualified for the playoffs yesterday by defeating Joburg Super Kings with a bonus point. And today it's the Paarl Royals who have made it through to the playoffs along with the bonus point again. And Paarl Royals have also jumped to the top of the table courtesy today's win. So only two more playoff spots left. And the fight is going on between Pretoria Capitals, Joburg Super Kings, Durban Super Giants and MI Cape Town as well. But I think in all honesty, if we want to look at things, I think MI Cape Town are eliminated from this tournament. Although there's still a slight mathematical possibility for MI Cape Town if they can win both their remaining games with a bonus point. Maybe they can still sneak into the playoffs. That is still a mathematical possibility. So still plenty to play for. Two more playoff spots yet to be decided. And Joburg Super Kings, they started the tournament on a bright note with 3 wins in a row, but are stumbling now towards the back end of the tournament. When it matters the most, Joburg Super Kings are not able to get the wins, and that is opening up possibilities for the Durban Super Giants and MI Cape Town to still qualify for the playoffs. It has to be said. A lot of cricket still left to be played, but you need to really salute the Paarl Royals. 49 all out. They got bowled out for 49 in their very first match of this season, and they were compared to RCB. Obviously, RCB have also won the IPL trophy now, so you can't troll them based on that. But they were compared to RCB for getting 49 all out, because RCB also got out for 49 in the IPL. Way back in 2017, they were bowled out for 49, lowest ever score in the IPL. Similar way, Paarl Royals were also bowled out for 49 in this season of the SA20 tournament. So many people were relating both those lowest scores. But then after that, if you see, the Paarl Royals have made a comeback. They have won 5 matches and they have qualified into the playoffs now. They are at the top of the table. So really need to appreciate the comeback which Paarl Royals have made, particularly after a humiliating defeat like that, getting bowled out for 49 in their first match. And that itself shows that comebacks are always better than the setbacks. So a really good win for the Paarl Royals. They have won this match by 6 wickets with 29 balls remaining. They have won it with the bonus point and are into the playoffs of the SA20 2025-26. So we'll be back again to cover the future matches of this year's SA20 tournament. So until we come back again, please like, share and subscribe to our channel Runs and Views. Take care guys, cheers and good night from India.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.